love these cupcakes. And I made these cupcakes for my husband and my kids last year, and they couldn't get enough, and they were like, can you make them this year? So now that it's the fall season, I'm gonna whip these up for you guys. I got inspired to make these because we usually take an annual trip upstate New York to go pick apples, pick out some pumpkins, and necessary to stay somewhere where there's a fire pit for my husband. And I'm not a big camper, but I could definitely glamp. So we found a place where we could toast some marshmallows, make s'mores, and just be in the outdoors. And this cupcake is basically a fall-inspired s'more in a cupcake form. So I can't wait for you guys to follow along and make this recipe, and I know that your friends and family will love it just as much as mine does. I'm gonna start off by sifting all my dry ingredients. So I have all-purpose flour, some baking soda, some salt, baking powder, and some very warm spices. It's like a kind of pumpkin spice mixture. A little bit of ginger, a little bit of cloves, some cinnamon. Mix it all together. And some nutmeg. I'm gonna sift all the dry ingredients together. Next, I'm going to cream my butter and sugar. And you wanna make sure that your butter is softened. So the way you can do that is when you press in your butter like this, it leaves an indentation in the butter, and that's a good indication that it's softened. So I'm gonna cream my butter and sugar, and I'm using dark brown sugar. I find that it makes the cupcake like even more like rich and deep flavor. And the main thing when you cream the butter and sugar, you want to do it, I do it for about 7 to 10 minutes. By really incorporating air when you mix this together, it's going to have your cupcake be much lighter and fluffier and really good. While the butter and sugars are creaming, I'm gonna start working on a graham cracker bottom to the cupcake. So it's gonna be a chocolate graham cracker layer. It's gonna be very yummy. So I lined my cupcake pan with some really pretty pumpkin fall liners. And I'm going to line this with the graham cracker crust. And I usually put my graham crackers in a food processor, but you can put it in a plastic bag like this. And then you can just hit it with a rolling pin. It does the same thing. You can roll it out. And you just want to get it into like a crumb consistency. I also added some cocoa powder to my graham crackers to make it chocolate graham crackers. But I think you can probably buy like chocolate graham crackers at the grocery store, and that would work just as well. So I'm gonna take like a tablespoon measure, and I'm going to put a tablespoon in each of the liners, and then I'm just gonna press it down, and then I'm gonna bake it just for a little bit. My kids love s'mores, and Lulu and I made some homemade marshmallows. That video will come out soon. And the kids just eat them plain, eat them with s'mores. And my son, anytime we go to upstate, he's like his dad. He wants to have a campfire, but he calls it a fire camp. So they're always excited to like roast their marshmallows over a fire camp. All right, so I filled all the liners up, and we're gonna put it in the oven, and then we'll put our cupcake filling on top. While the graham cracker crust is cooking in the oven, I'm gonna put together all the rest of the ingredients for our cupcake, our pumpkin cupcake. So I have some pumpkin puree that I'm gonna put in. And next I'm gonna add some eggs. I like to crack one at a time into a bowl, just so I don't get any shells. Okay, first one. I'm gonna mix it till it's combined. And then I'm gonna add some vanilla bean paste. It's already smelling like fall, yummy. So the batter's mixed, and I'm just gonna take it out and just combine it by hand with my spatula. Now just put in our batter. I like to use an ice cream scoop. I filled the rest of the liners with the pumpkin batter. I put it in the oven to bake, and now it's time to work on our frosting. Okay, now for the fun part, we're gonna be making the marshmallow frosting to go on top of our cupcakes. So you're gonna create a double boiler. You're gonna have water just enough that it steams this bowl, because we have to add egg whites, and we wanna make sure they get cooked. So you add egg whites and sugar and cream of tartar. And you're just gonna whisk it pretty constantly. And you're going to make sure that it gets to 160 degrees. And also you're melting the sugar too. And then we're gonna put it in the KitchenAid to whip it up. So we brought the egg whites and sugar mixture up to temperature, and now we're gonna put it directly into our KitchenAid and make our yummy marshmallow frosting. I'm gonna turn this on high for about maybe 5 minutes to get it to stiff peaks. Our marshmallow frosting is done, and I had to get my two sweet boys to help me frost the cupcakes, right? But they said they want to take a lick. And Oliver calls this a whisker, but I'll tell him it's a whisk, but I thought it was pretty cute.
Whisker.
You want to stick your finger in the whisker? Tell me what it tastes like. I might as well just do it too.
Tastes so good.
What do you guys think? Yummy?
So good.
All right, now we're going to use our spatula. We're gonna put it in the
I
center
got double scoop.
so we can pipe it onto our cupcakes.
Aww. I wanted to go pipe into my mouth.
What's your favorite part of this cupcake, Oliver?
Obviously the frosting.
The frosting?
Me too.
What do you think?
Me.
You like the frosting
Awesome.
too? Yeah, it's pretty
Everybody
good.
likes the frosting. The frosting's the best part. Did you make it out of real marshmallows?
No, this is another recipe.
The fake marshmallow.
Oh,
Cut in the cake right here.
you know what this cupcake reminds me of?
What?
When we stayed at that tiny house in upstate New York, and we had s'mores, and we went apple picking and picked some pumpkins. You guys remember that?
Yeah. And we picked these marshmallows from the tree.
Right. Just bring it down like this.
I'm gonna lift up and now we eat it.
Oops, it's coming out already. All right.
Straight into my mouth. Yeah.
How about I frost mine first, and I'll show you. All right, get a good close up, Daddy. Your turn. I'm gonna frost this
So
one.
how do you hold it?
You just twist it like this.
Okay. Now.
Okay, there goes Oliver.
Lots of frosting.
All right, Theo, now it's your turn. Oh my goodness. All right, there you go. Oh, Theo, that looks good. That looks good, Theo.
Are you drawing something?
Good job,
So like
buddy.
you're drawing something with.
Now, guys, to make it a true like s'more. We have to.
Flamethrower!
All right, stand back.
Oh.
We toasted the rest of the marshmallows, and now it's time to dig in. We can't wait to try these cupcakes. You guys ready to eat your cupcakes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, everybody
ready.
cheers.
Cheers. I got some bodies. Very creamy.
Hey guys, does it remind you of eating s'mores by a campfire?
And pumpkin.
Or Thea calls it fire camp, right Thea?
Yeah.
Fire camp? You call it fire camp?
No.
No.
I thought
All right. Well, I hope you make your own fall-inspired cupcakes and have lots of fun in the kitchen.
Yeah.